Hi, I'm Kanika, and you're listening to That's Total Mom Sense, the podcast, where I interview public figures on their life lessons in parenting, legacy, and built-in sixth sense.
Hey, what's up? I'm Kelly Rowland, and you're checking out That's Total Mom Sense.
Hi, this is Chelsea Clinton, and my experience on That's Total Mom Sense was fantastic.
It's me, Bobby Brown. Can't wait to share my story.
Thank you to my guests, brand partners, community, and you for making this show possible. Episodes released every Thursday wherever you listen to podcasts. You can join my tribe by logging on to thatstotalmomsense.com and by following me on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Kanika Chadda Gupta. Now let's dive into today's episode. On today's episode, I interview Sarah Benken, the founder and CEO of Know Women, KNOW. She is a mentor to future female leaders and new business owners, an expert on bootstrapping and scaling, and she's well-versed on building a seven-figure brand and how to build a community to grow your business. We talk about all of that, and we talk about her motherhood journey. She was a teen mom and has raised two beautiful children. It was a pleasure for me to guest on her show, the High Achieving Women podcast. So check that out wherever you listen. And now a word from our sponsors. Throughout the winter months, I don't feel like going anywhere, so home workouts are my BFF. Thankfully, I discovered Mossa. Mossa has a history that spans 5 decades of inspiring millions of people to move. Mossa has hundreds of on-demand workouts and recoveries for everyone, new movers and athletes alike, 300 plus and growing. My podcast listeners get 30 days free on top of a 14-day trial with my very own promo code, Total Mom Sense 30. After 44 days, a subscription is just $9.99 per month. Workouts fit every schedule, whether you have 10, 30, or 60 minutes. And they're actually enjoyable, driven by music and amazing coaching. Mossa's video library has workouts like dance, MMA, mind body, HIIT, and cycling. They've got work-ins. Their word for recovery is work-ins, like the D-Death series, to offset our sedentary lives, and 10-minute synergy experiences based in yoga and Pilates. I especially love strength training. These structured workouts improve fitness, a stronger physique, living better, feeling better, which means we're able to run around with our kids or grandkids and build better brain health and a can-do attitude. To learn more, log on to www.mossa.net. And remember, use my promo code TOTALMOMSENSE30 to receive 30% off your subscription. What are you still doing here? Get moving.
Are you pregnant and thinking about what making milk for your baby will be like? Do you wonder why feeding human babies human milk has become so challenging? I'm Lo Nigrosh, a lactation consultant and host of the Milk Making Minutes, a podcast that explores baby feeding through the lens of systemic and cultural barriers. Come listen to others share their insight about their own milk-making experiences and empower yourself to feed your own babies in the way that feels best for you.
If you are an ambitious entrepreneur and businesswoman, you definitely want to know about Know. And their tagline is, you deserve to be known and find others just like you. Today, I'm joined by Sarah Benken, who's the founder and CEO of Know Women, which is a global media company for ambitious female leaders and entrepreneurs. She is an award-winning serial entrepreneur who scaled 2 brands internationally and has 3 profitable exits under her belt. She's a mentor to female leaders, an expert on bootstrapping and scaling, and well-versed on building a 7-figure brand. She is also a mom of 2 to Sydney, 15, and Brandon, 25, and a wife to her supportive attorney husband, Michael. She's been featured in Forbes, The Wall Street Journal, Entrepreneur, Business Insider, MSN, and Yahoo, and also serves on the Forbes Business Council. Sarah, thanks so much for joining us on That's Total Mom Sense.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
So tell us about what your childhood was like. What was a young Sarah like, if you were to describe her?
Crazy rebel child. You could not make me do anything or tell me to do anything. I had to do it on my own and come to my own conclusion that Sarah wanted to do this. Like in a nutshell, that was me, like hell's on wheels.
What advice would you give her? Because now you have a teenage daughter. It's like this mirror that presents itself, but
Yeah.
we're still very distinct personalities and individuals. So, we're not talking projecting or anything, but if you were to go back in time, what advice would you give to a younger self?
It's going to be fine. Life works out. It always does. Calm down. You'll get there. Just keep working, keep focused, and everything's going to be fine. Don't stress the little stuff. And I love that you said this because I have a 15-year-old daughter who it really is a mirror. So she's so different than I was. I remember what it was like to be a teen, and I know what she's going through, right? It's sort of like this awakening moment of like, one, like, oh my gosh, my poor mom. And two, like, I'm going to right all the wrongs and do all the things that I should have done or shouldn't have done and all of that. But yeah, I mean, the truth is like, we got to give ourselves a break sometimes. We've talked about, you and I've talked about like the intuition piece, like just really like leaning in and knowing that you got what it takes. And if it's meant to be, it's going to be. Those are the things I'm trying to really like tell my daughter right now too.
I know a lot of my listeners can relate to your experience and circumstance where you had your kids really young and had to kind of go through those challenges at a younger age and figure it out. So like, what was toughest for you and how'd you get through it?
I was a teen mom. I was really, really young when I had my son. When the odds are stacked against you, or when you've made a really hard decision and there's no one else to help you but yourself, those are huge growth moments. And those are like big moments of resiliency. We all have it in us. That's the truth. Like if you are stripped from everything that you are known and you have to survive, you will survive. Right. And I think that having my son at such a young age really helped me realize how strong I was because there was no other option. The truth is we had to eat. I had to eat. I had to feed him. A lot of what I kind of took from that and I really share with other people is that you have a choice. You can be a victim of your circumstance or you can rise above. And for me, I've never allowed myself to be a victim of my own circumstances. And I've also never allowed myself to just be another statistic. So when I was so young, I was a teen. And when I dropped out of high school, it was a very intentional decision because I had to put food on the table and I didn't want anyone else to cover me. So I came from a great family. But when I saw my mom buying formula for me and I was in high school, I said, this has to end. This can't happen. I'm not going to be, a victim of my circumstance. And I'm going to go out there and do all the things that I'm supposed to do and more. Right. And whether that is being a teen mom or coming from a rough area or going through a divorce and being left with nothing, no matter what the situation is, we have the ability to bounce back and come from it if we dig in deep. And so for me, that was the biggest lesson that I learned and probably like the most important thing I share today.
Yes. Oh, that's amazing. And I feel like you're a beacon of hope for women because oftentimes you don't see that light at the end of the tunnel when you're in the thick of it, but you have come leaps and bounds and have raised two stand-up children and have built this entire community, one that that you needed. That's just really revolutionary. So I guess tell me some of the life lessons that you learned that kind of got you to this point that you were like, okay, I need to create something that I wish I always had.
Because I had my son so young and I took a very different path in life as a young adult, I went into the field of accounting at 17, again, because that was just the job that was available for me. It paid really, really well. And I worked my way through college, got my GED, worked my way through college, worked my way up into the accounting world and did what I had to do, right? We all do what we have to do to make it work. And not that I was ultra uber passionate about accounting. It gave me a lot of great knowledge and expertise in working for a small business and running businesses and really geeking out on the operational side of building something. So when I had my daughter at 14, 15 years ago, when I had her, I knew that there was something else out there for me. I had raised my son. They're 10 years apart. I've raised my son. We are sustaining a great lifestyle. And yeah, that was really hard. There was a lot of hard lessons there and a lot of hard work. I was growing up at the same time as he was growing up, right? I didn't have the ability to go to, rush for a sorority. I didn't get to move away for college. I didn't have all of those experiences. So I didn't know what I needed until I realized what I was missing, right? And so I launched a business at the age of 26 because I wanted freedom and flexibility. I wanted to be a mom for Sydney. I wanted to do the things that my life didn't afford me with Brandon. And so when I launched that business, we worked all night long so that we could be at home with baby Sid. And when my husband moved here to Phoenix, where we're living now, we're from the East Coast. When we moved to Phoenix, when he moved to Phoenix, he came here for law school and left me with the 2 kids back home because we were building this empire business, scaling this concierge business. And my son was in high school playing football and all the things. So when I finally moved to Phoenix with our family, I realized that I didn't have community. Like I never was afforded community. I was always on the grind. It was always like me against the world. Me, what can I do? I was always surviving, right? And I love to talk about survival mode because I was always surviving. And young moms go through this when we're literally just trying to live, right? Just live. And so when I moved here, I was able to take a moment and say, okay, I've achieved all of these things. I've done all the things. I don't have to survive anymore. What does Sarah need? And I moved here thinking I was opening my first West Coast operations for that concierge company. But I'll tell you what, the universe, God, whatever you believe, had a different plan for me. I realized more than ever, I needed to be surrounded by really badass women who were just like me. And not knowing anyone in Phoenix, I sought out to find my people. Who were my people? Like my clients, my sisters, my vendors, my people, where were they? And I immersed myself into this Phoenix greater area, which is actually the 5th largest city in the entire country. So it's very large, very sprawled out. I immersed myself into this community and they welcomed me with open arms. And from there, I found women in every room I went into, but there wasn't one room of all the women that I needed and I loved. And I thought there was just such a big opportunity to bring women together. So that's really this community based out of a need that I didn't even know I needed until I could stop and take a second to actually breathe.
And how did you come up with, the name of the organization? It's so iconic. KNOW. KNOW.
And the tagline so we just ended our 5 years. And that tagline was women to know and do business with. The concept of know was really a collision of a lot of ideas, right? Things were changing in my life. I knew what I needed. I actually had some time to take a little sabbatical and really figure out what this was going to be for me. My mom and I had a conversation. She lives in North Carolina. And she said, Sarah, I would really love to buy from women if someone would tell me who to buy from and where to go. Right? Back in the day, we had the yellow pages, but really they were just ads and you have Google and you don't know who's who do I buy from? Who are the authentic businesses and leaders that I should be following along the way, meeting all these dynamic women in all of these rooms. And I just thought, what if we took this gal and this gal and this woman and we all got into a room together. Imagine what could happen. These dynamic, intentionally led women from all industries, all ages, all socioeconomic backgrounds, all diverse, races, colors, et cetera. And they were just really amazing, dynamic women building their communities, doing great work in their careers. What could happen if we all got together in one room? And that was KNOW. So it's women to know and do business with. We used to be the KNOW Tribe. We changed our name from KNOW Tribe to KNOW Women. We started popping out communities all over the US and Canada prior to the pandemic. We publish women. Our premise is that you deserve to be known, you deserve to be seen, you deserve to be heard, and you deserve to be celebrated for your hard work and achievements. Because when you are honored, you inspire the next generation of female leaders. And that's really what it's all about.
100%. Oh, that's so important. And I think we feed off of our community and it's our fuel. It's so, so important to have other thoughtful, successful women in your corner.
Absolutely. We say that our network is our net worth, and that is so true. And so we use this word know all the time. It's like who you know, or if you don't know, now you know, like it, but it's so true because visibility. And we say we're for ambitious business women because there's a lot of great business women out there, and maybe they're not ambitious, or they're, in transitioning out, or they haven't found their passion yet or whatever. But for ambitious business women, we believe that visibility and connections are all that you need to get to your next level of achievement, because the visibility brings credibility. So we are actively publishing women. We've published over 5,000 women in the last 5 years, digitally, print. We give them awards really to honor them, recognize them, and to show that they're credible in their industry. But then also we back that up with the connections, because the truth is the Good Old Boys Club's been around for a long time, and you see them doing it. And you know what, ladies, it's time for us to do it too. We have to support each other. We have to help each other get to the next level. And if you know someone that can help a fellow colleague, like why not? What is the point of holding back? Because we're really better together.
And now a word from our sponsors. There's a saying, necessity is the mother of invention. Well, it's also the mother of mommy makeup. After being a professional makeup artist for over 20 years, Deborah Rubin Roberts had the privilege to work for and with some of the best brands and talent in the beauty industry. But it was after becoming a mom that was the catalyst for Deborah to develop her own makeup line, Mommy Makeup, clean beauty for busy women. She figured if she needed clean cosmetics that were fast and easy to use and gave makeup artist quality results, surely other women did too. The makeup is multitasking, so it saves time, money, and clutter. Talc-free, so not drying. Paraben-free, which won't upset your hormones. Cruelty-free, so no animal testing, and certified with PETA's Beauty Without Bunnies program. Non-comedogenic, won't clog pores. Allergy tested to help prevent a reaction, and made in the USA, so you know that the ingredients are local and support our nation's economy. When you log on to the website, mommymakeup.com, click on free color consultation. Simply upload a no makeup selfie, and the team will send you back a comprehensive email advising which products and colors best suit your skin tone. It takes the guesswork and swatching out of the process. I especially love the tinted brow gel in Warm Brunette, which has natural fibers to add fullness to my brows, and the Triple Sticks lipstick in Tess, a beautiful berry hue, which I also put on my cheeks for a natural hint of color. Everything Mommy Makeup does will save you time and money, yet will still make you feel and look the best. Log on to mommymakeup.com and take your free consult to get started. Use my code MOMSENSE, MOMSENSE, for 20% off your first order. Have fun and feel good about makeup again.
Tell us how many members strong the community is right now.
We just ended our 5 years. We are 10,000, last count was like 10,400 plus women in our ecosystem. These are women. I love to say this. These are not our Instagram followers, y'all. These are the women who are literally tapped in. They have been featured. They're in our membership. They're attending our events. They are saying like, yes, this is what I want and what I stand for. So 10,400 plus and growing every day.
And this is all over the country. Do you have chapters?
We're all over the country. We're into Canada, so North American based. We have 3 flagships, Phoenix, Charlotte, and Tampa. We have new satellite. We're transitioning now to satellite or neighborhoods, if you will. And so they're all over. We've got presence in Alberta, Canada. We've got presence in really all over the United States. We have a virtual membership as well, where you can plug in a podcast. Like I said, digital publishing. If you want to be seen and heard and known, like we are your one-stop shop.
Oh, amazing. And the whole idea is to help these women gain access to one another. And so you're cultivating business relationships and then you're helping them scale their business because so many of us are the customers on the market to work with one another.
Absolutely. And when we talk about networking, and this is the part that I love, because when I moved here to Phoenix, I was already the owner of a pretty large business and I hadn't had to network for a really long time. And so, but coming into a new city, I said, okay, well, here I go. Let's just test the waters. Let's get out there and see what it is. And I attended a lot of crazy networking events and came up with the thought that's very simple. Like, when you're in the right room. When you walk into the room, whether it's like a virtual room or it's a actual physical place, when you just feel it. You just know when you're in the right place. If you are an ambitious businesswoman, you want to get to the next level, you understand the lift and rise mantra, like, we're a place for you. It's a membership that like feeds off of itself. And that's why we say it's an ecosystem. You will find your best clients. You will find your best friends. You will find your soul sisters. You will find every single thing that you're looking for, because when you're in community with like-minded women, like, that's all you need.
Yes, yes. And then I think just even to represent various industries, from finance to tech to, medicine to content creation. I feel like that's so important that you have a point person that you can turn to in each, because there's so much overlap in how we do business and how we communicate now.
I think so too. And I learn so many little hacks and tips from people who are not in my industry, right? That are doing something completely different. And my favorite thing is when our more senior level ladies come into our community and they make a joke about how old they are. And I'm like, no. I'm actually way older than I look. First of all, for the record. But second of all, like, this is a community. Our hot age is usually like 30 to 55, 60 years old. And there's so much that we can learn from the women who've been before us. There's so much that we can learn from the women who have yet to reach where we are, right? Like, I just feel like there's so much growth opportunities when you're having conversations with women that come from places that you don't. So I always remind them to, if they don't look like you, that's a good thing.
I love that. You're just going to gain diverse perspective and insights, and that's the only way to grow.
For sure. For sure. I love that. Yeah.
And tell us about like the events coming up. So there's a conference, there's an award ceremony, there's a magazine. Break all that down for us.
There's so much. There's so much. I just, just like any other fellow high performing woman, like if there's a hole, then we plug it with something. Right. And so no, like I keep saying, it's an ecosystem. So we do a lot of publishing here because we really want to share the stories of fellow high achievers. So we have a podcast, we have print publications, we have a quarterly magazine that we print as well. And they mail out all over the country, the United States and Canada. And we share the stories of women who are doing great things. We have an award series here. We're in the process of working on our top award, which is 100 Women to Know in America. That is my favorite award because we select those women based off of, yes, their career accolades, but also more of like, what are they doing to build their community and support other women? So we are currently in the process of selecting those 100 Women to Know in America. We host an annual conference right here in Phoenix, Arizona in the spring. And it's sort of like the end cap of our 2.5-day conference. What we believe in at No is like great business can happen, but great fun should also happen too. So we're starting this conference like we always do, Sunday Fun Day, Vegas style pool party. So why not? If you're coming from cooler weather, like you, Kanika, you're coming from cooler weather. So like, it's going to be amazing to just like get out and get some vitamin D and get in the sun and have cocktails in hand with our day and just have a fun time and get to know the ladies in a relaxed setting. And then Monday, Tuesday, we're in session. We're talking about all the things that you need to grow and build and scale and, move the needle forward. We're listening to amazing stories and panels. And then we're capping it off with that 100 Women to Know Black Tie Gala, where those women will cross the stage. They'll receive their award. They'll be honored. And it's just such a good like schmooze fest. Everything that you need is like packed into this 3-day event. And then we do lots and lots of mix and mingles. We're going into new markets this year. So you can look forward to a Chicago market launching in the spring. We do girls' nights out. We do a signature brunch in our flagships. We have these focused events that we do that are all about business 101. So we really try to meet every woman who is ambitious on any place, anywhere that she's at, and help her really get to the next level.
And so what does membership entail?
If you are in a local satellite or flagship, you get the local component, in-person events. If you're not, then you definitely plug in on the global side of things, and then you can attend any event anywhere. So if you are in a neighboring city, pop over to the larger flagship and come see us for brunch. Membership is really about that community and the visibility side. So we have 2 levels of membership. Anyone can join membership on our website at theknowwomen.com. The global membership's $45 a month, and it just gets you in the room, because sometimes that's all we need is just to get into the room. We run monthly accountability pods, small group pods. So if you're really in need of goal setting and accountability and a really small group of women to help you get there and to share resources and referrals and all of that, then that's part of your membership. You join a pod. If you are focused on digital publishing and you really want to, get your stories out there, you're a writer, you're a speaker, you're a teacher, well, then there's that too. So you have those opportunities. Our second level of membership is elite. So those are women who are thought leaders, speakers, teachers, writers. They have reached this level where they're ready to give back. You can join the global membership and apply to upgrade, or you can go straight to the application. But we interview every elite woman and approve her based off of, again, what her give back looks like and the status and level of her career to ensure that she's ready to impact our community and others. The coolest part about membership is really the community, but also that we have a concierge that you're assigned to. And there's not a lot of memberships out there that do this. So when you join our membership at any capacity, you are partnered with Jackie, our global membership concierge, and she literally works with you to curate your membership and helps you get exactly what you're looking for.
What is something that, my listeners would be surprised to know about you?
Well, my favorite thing to do is DIY projects. I am a serial entrepreneur, 3 profitable exits. I love business. I love my kids, but I love DIY. I literally just handmade panel curtains, and people are like, why? Why aren't you just buying them? Or I asked all my friends when I moved, I asked all my friends to come over for a paint party. And one of my friends looked at me and she's like, Sarah, stop being cheap. Go hire a painter. And I was like, but why?
Right. It's like that. It's the experience. It's experiential.
Therapeutic, I think when we were so we have to find outlets that, that are very different from what we do day to day. And so it's therapy for me to, I don't know, hang something on the wall or build something or upcycle something or whatever. So that is probably something most people would be surprised about.
Tell us about a moment where you trusted your mom sense, which is our built-in sixth sense that is really the North Star that we turn to often.
My son was really, really sick when he was a baby. And remember, I'm a teen mom at this point. So I have no experience with children, but he was sick all the time. We were in the doctor's office every other week. And I remember, and I'm a young mom, so I don't know if they didn't take me seriously or whatever, but I remember this doctor saying go home. It's just viral. It's fine. Just go home. Just go home. Go home. He ended up with an abscess on his lymph node, ended up, because he was sick all the time, ended up getting infected. I remember no, this is not okay. Something's wrong here. Right. And I literally was like, I'm not going home. I cannot give him any more Tylenol. And he ended up going into emergency surgery and having his lymph node drained. And he was probably 2.5 years old at this time and ended up in the ICU for 4 days because of this. And had I gone home and had I not, dug into what I knew was not right, I mean, who knows what would have happened? But that's the truth. We know, we always know.
Right. We really do.
Women's intuition.
Advocate. Yeah, we have to advocate for ourselves so much, and definitely our kids who can't for themselves. So I'm so glad you trusted your gut with that and didn't second guess yourself. Is there a quote that you live by?
It's my quote I came up with based off my own experiences. And the quote that I love to use and live by is, a cup of coffee with the right person will change your entire trajectory. So don't be afraid to ask.
Oh, it's so great. We've all had those conversations over coffee with, most of the time for me, women who have helped me chart my path. And I'm doing that the same for those who are just getting started. And it's like the most beautiful way to pay it forward.
I think so too. And I think when we give, we get so much more.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is if those women, and I say women because I'm a lot like you, right? Like I'm leaning into my women. So when those women along the way, like they didn't have to help me. They didn't have to say yes. I didn't have to ask either. I could have been too scared to ask or didn't want to take that big, bold leap, which so many of us, I mean, it's not easy and it's scary, but if we don't, what could happen, right? Nothing.
Yes.
If we don't, but if we do, what could happen? Everything. And those women who have paid it forward, like paved the way for us. We have to like tap into those women and find them, and they will help. I think you even said it too. Like it's surprising the people at the top, they will help. And especially when you ask them directly for coffee or whatever it is, they're usually willing to give. The right ones are, at least.
Yes, exactly.
The nice ones are, at least.
Right.
And if they say no, then keep moving. But I tell you what, 90% of the time they say yes. I put this into practice a lot because they either will feel uncomfortable saying no, which is fine. I'll take a yes because you're uncomfortable and you don't want to say no, or they truly want to help and they say yes, which is even better. But oftentimes when they're backed against a corner, what will they say? Usually they'll say, okay, yeah, let me help you.
Yeah, because it takes a certain amount of courage. And I think vulnerability is absolutely a form of courage to ask for help.
100%.
All been in those shoes before. So it's just about seeing one another on that level.
Yeah. And then when it's your turn and it's your time, then you have a responsibility and duty to give it back to.
Sure. Exactly.
And hold on to it. You got to let it go.
Exactly. It's so true. Keep the cycle going.
That's it.
And where can my listeners find you and learn all about No and this really brilliant community that you've created for us?
Thank you for asking that. I'm everywhere. I'm on Instagram and LinkedIn at Sarah Benken. No is everywhere. We're on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Our website is the No, KNOW, thenowomen.com. And our social handles are at the No Women. We also have a Facebook group that is actually open for any woman to join. And it's called the High Achieving Female Group powered by No, but easily you can find it at thenowomen.group and it'll just link you right to the Facebook group. So yeah, we would love to see anyone who wants to align with us there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Sarah.
Kanika, thank you.
Cool. Yeah. And I want to impress upon all the listeners tuning in today that like Sarah has created, let us know these women. Let us be these women who give back. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for listening to my episode with Sarah Benken. I hope you check out No Women. The podcast is The High Achieving Female, and her website is the KNOW women.com. The community is wonderful, and I'm honored to have been selected as an award winner for this year. I am part of the cohort top 100 women to know in America. And so it's just a very humbling accolade. And Sarah and to the No team, thank you so much for thinking of me and having me be part of it. We're excited for the summit in Phoenix in April and all the exciting things to come this year. You can follow The Know Women on Instagram at The Know Women, and of course my handle at Kanika Chadda Gupta, where I promote all my shows. I know you guys already do this, but just in case, please subscribe, rate, and review That's Total Mom Sense. It helps a ton with the algorithms, and recommending this show to friends is the best way to grow the show. It's a really thoughtful word of mouth. If you have ideas for guests for the show or just want to say hi, you can email me at thatstotalmomsense@gmail.com. Remember, always trust your mom sense and dad sense. Stay strong, super parents. I'll see you next time.
That's Total Mom Sense.